What's good, people? It's your boy Enoch. Ak, you here?
You.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. It's the Blood Brothers Podcast. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blood Brothers Podcast, everybody. Y'all know how we like to do it before we get going. Let's bow our heads. Father in heaven, thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Use us right now. Have your way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Brother man with the plan. What's good?
You know, keeping our mission the same,
Mm-hmm.
remaining consistent.
Okay.
Shouts out to all the consistent listeners. We
Mm,
appreciate all the love and support,
that's a fact. That's a
but
fact.
empowering men to become leaders in society under God's laws. Consequently, men, women, and children will understand the foundations of a real man. Shouts out to God, and that's me,
Shouts
my
out
bro,
to
right here.
God. And y'all know that episode last week. You know how to keep God first.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And through that process, I think a lot of people are having, difficulties through life sometimes trying to figure out why they're here, what's their purpose, and things like that. So I want to talk about something. There's two dates in people's lives:
Mm-hmm.
the day they were born
Mm-hmm.
and the day they leave this earth.
Facts.
On that tombstone, I heard it like this, but the littlest thing on that tombstone is the dash,
Mm.
which is the most important thing on that tombstone.
That's a fact.
So one thing we need to talk about is like not even what your life about. What's that dash about?
Mm.
Like what did what did you really do while you were here? Did you spend time wasting it thinking I got all the time in the world? Or did you really utilize the time you had? So with us, I feel like it's important for people that's younger than us to teach them how to be wise. And when I say wise, that means seeing from other people's mistakes and not making those same mistakes so that they can be further along than maybe they meet somebody at 40 and say like, yo, when I was your age, I wish I would have did this. And they have that initiative to say, you know what? I'm gonna actually do that so that when I get to 40, I'm not in his position.
Like that.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that a lot. Even to think about birth and death,
Mm-hmm.
it's such a gift,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Time is so precious,
Mm-hmm.
and the beauty of time is it's almost it seems as if God operates outside of time,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he used time as a way to guide our steps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to think about it in retrospect, from a very simplistic thought process, think about seasons:
Yeah.
winter, spring, fall, summer, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you commit yourself to doing the right things under God's laws and living a righteous lifestyle and aligning yourself with Him,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to see that seasons that seem to be a struggle for others
Mm-hmm.
are what I would call opportunity seasons for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's one of those. It's weird, but what you view, your lens is not altered by the situation.
Yeah.
It's governed by understanding like this is only a certain amount of time. So I'm
Mm.
only gonna be fat for a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
I'm only
exactly.
gonna be broke for a certain amount of time. But
Yeah.
you say that with faith and confidence because you understand that God works through time,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave you the ability to make the right decisions
Yeah.
through time.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Now let me ask you something. So we're at a point in our lives where we're very purpose driven.
Yes.
We're definitely trying to leave our mark.
Hmm.
I said this before, like everyone has a fingerprint.
Yep.
Leave your print on this earth.
Yep.
So At what point, because you said something, you said living a righteous life.
Yeah.
Did you notice in your life when you really started aligning yourself with God that your purpose started becoming clearer to you?
What point you're asking me?
Yeah, is it when you started leaning more towards God, being more righteous? Did that
Um,
clarify your purpose for you?
it did, but
Mm-hmm.
initially you don't realize it. So
Mm-hmm.
so for example, through your ability to make the right decisions, right?
Yeah.
It creates a track record,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? It's
Yep.
almost I don't want to call it credit, but let's say a credit line
Credit line. Yep.
of success consistently with God,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he's watching you make these decisions.
Yeah.
Now, these decisions are usually the ones you make when no one's looking
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
consistent basis.
Yeah.
So when I realized that I was coming into my own as far as my relationship with God and my ability to identify his purpose and hand in my life was the closer I got to Cam,
Mm.
right? The closer I got to my son in a situation where a lot of people would have folded,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the steps that I took were righteous steps
Hmm.
with pure intentions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I started to live like that, it changed my perspective of myself
Yeah.
because now I started to think more about God and
Uh-huh.
his and who he is to me, so this way I can be a better father to Cam.
Wow.
I hope that makes
Wow.
sense.
And I think that kind of falls along the issue with a lot of people that they're like, I just don't know what I'm here for. I don't know what
Yeah.
my purpose is.
Mhm.
And I've noticed most people that are trying to get follow God and be righteous with him, they kind of start leaning towards their purpose because obviously we believe in God. And if your creator created you, you need to lean on him to figure out what you're here for.
Mhm.
And I feel like once you start aligning yourself with God, those things will start just falling in front of you. You start noticing, like, oh, wow, this is starting to make sense because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And
Mhm.
a lot of time, younger kids or even some young adults may say, I got time. I'm gonna get to what I need to do. I don't need to do that right now. I don't need to work on my credit. I don't need to, I'm gonna get a house when I get a house. But then you realize time go by and then you're like, yo, I'm 35. I don't have no credit. I
Yep.
don't I don't know how to deal with bills and bank accounts. And then you realize, like, dang, I'm way behind.
Mhm.
So it's very important that you take the little steps to handle what's in front of you and not hold it off like I got time, because you think you have time, but you really don't. You never really know. So when you're here, you got to make every day count. You
Mm.
got to have a purpose behind everything you're doing. Like with us, we trying to write books. Like we
Mhm.
started this podcast. These are little things that we're trying to leave here. And real estate, whatever we're trying to do, we're trying to make sure our time here isn't in vain.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to be here for no reason and just be like, yo, I just came here, left. That's it.
I think I think considering what you just said, it really it hit home because think about it like this. When you live a messy life
Mm,
or
a
you
lot of cleaning
have
up to do.
right? You have a lot of cleaning up to and
Yeah.
you have you make a lot of bad decisions.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And that space that it takes up in your mind
Mm-hmm.
was space that was meant to teach you or
Yeah. Yeah.
motivate you or show you your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that God doesn't want to talk to you or he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to show you. It's more of you're not utilizing your free will
Mm-hmm.
to clear your thoughts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Get the mental capacity to even handle what God has for you
Mm.
because it becomes a a backwards pattern. I don't want to say
Yeah.
backwards pattern, but it becomes
Yeah.
a very challenging pattern when you're always worried about things that don't benefit your future,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's much easier to think about our successes in the seeds that we're planting to achieve it
Exactly.
than, let's say, you counseling me over, or you're my friend and I'm being here for you, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm cheating on my girl, right? So
Yeah.
that's that space that's occupied in
That's
your
being
mind.
wasted. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're actually, not only are you in disalignment,
Mm-hmm.
you're not even capable
Mm.
of hearing God, because your mind is so consumed with outside sources that you
Yeah.
can't receive the creator as your source.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's more of a mental challenge to, put yourself in a position where you have a free mind and you have
Mm-hmm.
the ability
Yeah.
to think God, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
what God has for you.
Yeah.
And we talked about, like, it's those little subtle things.
Mm-hmm.
Think
Yeah.
everything you need is internal,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a woman giving birth.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely it's a self-fulfilling prophecy through God's ability to provide free will.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have the ability to make the right decisions to give birth to your future.
Because ultimately, sometimes it takes a specific amount of time to cultivate your gift or your purpose.
Yes, very true.
I want to give a great example of one of the greatest men that ever lived, Jesus, right? So let me break this down.
It's the big homie.
So, from what I remember, he was 12 when his mom asked him, like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm about my father's business, right?
Yeah, he got to it when he was in the.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
so here's the thing, right? I was thinking about this. He was 12 when that happened.
Hmm.
We didn't hear nothing about him from 12 to 30.
Yep.
I don't know what happened between those times, but I believe from when he was 12 to 30, he was cultivating his purpose and his gifts,
Hmm.
because it literally took that man from when he took 30, took him 3 years to handle his business. 3 years.
Hmm.
So for him to be able to do that, he had to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
That's not something that just, he had to, in those years, he had to be doing things that was cultivating his mind, cultivating him to be ready to handle what he had to handle at 30. Because think about it, it's 2,000 years, over 2,000 years ago, we're still talking about him
Yeah.
for something he did in 3 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's crazy.
Even to think about the process that he went through,
Mm-hmm.
it's a proven track record. He proved himself through time
Mm-hmm.
to his father,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody has the ability to create the mental capacity to
Mm-hmm.
receive what God has for them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not everybody has the courage to take the necessary steps
Yes.
after,
Yes.
right? So if
Yes.
you're going to talk about Jesus, you have to consider he knew his purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? And through that, he lived his life deliberately for his purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't cloud his judgment
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
things that weren't aligned with his purpose.
Yeah.
Think about it. He chose a specific amount of people to
Yep.
have around him
Yep.
that he could invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Those were his friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
They loved him. He loved them, right? So he lived a very purposeful life.
Yeah.
And even to really
Purposeful.
think
That's
about it,
important. A
even
purposeful
even
life.
even think about it like this, right? His his mind
Mm-hmm.
was so locked in on God
Yeah.
that the birth of his purpose was rooted in his ability to be obedient,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
right? So we can go on to that for days, but
Yeah, it's just
like,
OG
I'm
shit.
sorry. Like that I could have went on for days because it's just really because it really makes me think. Yes, Jesus and God are one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nobody's ever going to be able to sacrifice their life for
Yeah.
mankind the way Jesus did.
Yeah.
But in the same aspect, you have to consider we have the same ability to achieve our purpose.
Exactly. And that's the
And
point. Yeah.
and the time that people are taking for granted,
Mm-hmm.
it's a disrespect to who God is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about it like this. I don't know when I'm gonna die,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I have no clue. So considering that, I'm on a rat race, you know what I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
with death, because at the end of the day, if I don't accomplish what God has in store
Right.
for me,
Right.
then I feel like I failed,
Yeah. That's my prayer every day.
right? I'm not here to compete with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here to accomplish what he has for me. And if
Mm-hmm.
I do that, then
Yeah.
I feel fulfilled within my purpose.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it's very important because, like, for example, like I be like, yo, bro, the way you think at your age now,
Yeah.
like I'm nowhere near that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I was your age. Cause like this still like we're not saying that we didn't do certain things that later on we was like, damn, we wasted our time.
I mean, I wasted a lot of years. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
wasted a lot of years. Wasted a lot of years. And even some things that came back later on that when I was on the right path, like for example, be transparent. I did some tax stuff back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Came back to bite me later on in life.
IRS came to knocking, my boy.
Facts. Facts. Came twice. Just when I was like, all right, we got it done. Came back again. Mind you, all of this happened before I was married, before I even knew my girl, before I moved into a house. So it's like, then you so I can take those lessons and be like, I could easily be like, you see, they always trying to get me. But I know I messed up because I shouldn't have been doing those things in the past. But now I paid for it, I fixed it, and
Yep.
now I can tell other people like, yo, bro, all that scamming stuff they talking about, yo, bro, it's cool right now. You're gonna be lit, but it's gonna come back to get you. Some people may be wise and be like, you know what, I'm gonna take that, yeah. Or some people be like, nah, yeah, y'all just ain't do it right. All right, bro, everything comes back, man. Everything's come back. So don't take the time that's gonna hinder your future. Good thing I'm in a place where I'm mentally stable enough to able to handle the things from the past. But some people aren't, and then they crash and burn and be like, dang, life is messed up. Mm, you got the ability to change that.
And I think when you think about the dash from your birth to your death, that
Mm,
middle, I feel
yeah.
like they should write in the middle of it free
Mm,
will,
whew, whew,
right?
yeah.
And through that, they should create a diagram of all the decisions people made to get to that point, right? And at the bottom of it, they should just like make it a triangle.
Yeah.
You can't see if you watch it.
Triangle.
You listen,
What did they accomplish?
yeah,
Like,
and they're like right there, and put at the bottom what did they accomplish.
oh,
And this
shit.
is and let me just make this clear. It's not
Now, I think that's a good point. I think that'll make other people realize, like, dang, all those years and nothing. Dang,
nothing, nothing, right?
dang.
And I love free will. I'm like in a
Yeah,
free will.
yeah,
I really genuinely thank God for the ability to think
yeah, yeah,
independently,
yeah.
because this is my take on life. I'll give you guys a little bit of my mentality, right?
Hmm.
When I think of my spiritual being as a person,
Yeah.
right? You know how they say the flesh dies, but your spirit, it remains.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like through that, free will is the glue that connects your spirit to your body.
Ooh.
You understand what I mean? It's that deciding factor that you're either gonna use this temple to improve or
Mhm.
change generational curses,
Yeah.
or you're going to use this body and the free will is going to be in vain
Hmm.
because you're making the wrong decisions, and long term you're going to see it's not going to be beneficial, especially if you have kids,
Oh yeah. Whew. Yeah.
right? And I mean, we
You
always
really don't got no time to play around.
exactly, and that's what it goes back to. It's like I'm a husband. I'm
Yeah.
a father of two boys.
Yep.
I don't have time
Yeah.
to raise another man nor woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel
Right?
you.
Do we honestly in our circle? Do we have conversations that are unproductive? I mean, we joke around a lot. We're
Yeah,
really clowns.
we play. That's it. We don't have serious, unproductive conversations.
Like when it comes down to the nitty gritty of business and becoming what it is we're supposed to become, and
Yeah.
people would think if they listen in on our conversations, they'd be like, "Oh, y'all for real,
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah.
y'all serious."
Yep.
But I think
And we can go from joking to serious like that. The switch.
yes, I think, and this is why it's not clouded
Mm-hmm.
because we all have something to lose,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So if you think about the dash that's in between your birth and your death,
Mm-hmm.
the people that go through that process with you, they either have to add value or you have to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about it like this: you don't know when that ending dash is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm wasting my time trying to aid you through a bad decision making process,
Mm.
that's time wasted that
Yeah.
was for my family.
Yeah. Yeah. That and I think that's the thing where people don't realize how valuable time is.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times people will say, oh, well, you're supposed to take the time to, I'm not supposed to do anything
Ever.
that's not gonna be purposeful in my life.
Exactly.
I don't have to do that. I can choose to give you my time. I heard one thing that a lot of millionaires quote. They say, I'd rather give you money than give you my time if it's gonna be wasted.
Mm,
Because I can get the money back.
yeah.
The time,
Yeah.
once time is gone, people got to really understand that last word I just said, I'll never get that back.
Oh,
Never.
this moment.
This moment right now, the minute you watch this podcast, that moment, you'll never get that back. So that's why you should take what we saying like, dang, it should really hit home. Like, I really got to do something. I can't play around. This life is not a joke. I got to do something. I'm not here forever. That
Mm.
YOLO stuff, that's dead. That's dead, bro. I really got, I'm here for a purpose. I don't want to be the one that I'm here and I waste a body and a space and the time to do absolutely nothing. That's what I
and
don't want.
and I think considering that, considering that thought right there, you that moment, these moments,
Mm-hmm.
so precious,
So precious.
right?
Mm.
And it goes back to being grateful.
Yes.
When you
Yes.
when you're grateful, it changes your perspective about time.
Mm.
It actually puts time into its essence, where
Yeah.
you realize that this was a gift.
Oh man.
Time is a gift. It's not easily it's not easily forgotten, because think about it in this aspect. Through time you create memories.
Mm. Yep.
Those memories last forever,
Yep.
both positive and negative,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
right? So it's one of those complex thoughts where it's
Yeah.
I want to create as many positive memories
Yeah.
as possible
Yeah.
while I'm here. So if I'm ever gone, my legacy will live
Yeah.
through the memories of whatever situation I'm in. So
Yeah.
if when I look at my sons, the conversations we have,
Yeah. Yeah.
the times I hug them and I kiss
Mm.
them and I tell them I love them,
Yeah.
these are time consuming things that are
Mm.
going to create the memories that will sustain them if I'm ever gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
You
That's
can't
how
tell.
valuable. That's how valuable time is. Even time spent with your wife. Think about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right? It's let me just lay down on you.
Yeah.
That's a memory that she
Yeah.
has forever.
Yeah.
And think about it on the other side now. If you violate,
Mm.
that's time wasted that she's gonna remember forever. And the result of that is very negative.
Bruh. Just imagine when my wife had that situation with the baby and I was cheating on her
Oh my
and
God.
she didn't make it.
Oh my God.
How could how could I live with myself like
Oh
dang?
my God.
She was a good woman. I was violating her and she's not even here no more.
Mm.
What kind of what kind of man are you? So people think, yo, I be cheating, but I'm gonna get right. What if you never get that time? Are you okay with living like that? Like, I didn't get the time. So do it now. Whatever it is that you know you need to do right now, you need to do it because that time that you have is precious. Don't wait till you're older to be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get right. No, do it now. The minute you hear it, because now you have no excuse because you heard it. Sorry, you should never listen to the podcast because
Blood
now you
brothers,
heard it.
log
Now
in.
you're accountable. God is looking like you. You can't say you didn't know.
Mm.
God is saying you heard it. So don't sit there and be like, nah, I got time. If you hearing this, let it resonate with you to say, you know what? They right. Don't be arrogant or egotistical, like, man, these dudes, man, yeah. Nah, be like, yo, they right. Like, I don't got all the time in the world. I need to do something and just do it.
Maybe we need to correct it too. Don't just do something.
Yeah, yeah,
Do the right thing.
yeah. Seek guidance.
Yes, do the right.
Yeah,
It bothers me so much
yeah, yeah.
that people call mistakes or
Yeah,
they make bad decisions and call them mistakes. It really
yeah,
pisses me off, but I'm
yeah.
not gonna go into that. Check out the mistakes versus bad decisions episode.
Facts, facts.
But it to think about time, it's
Yeah,
it's really it's such a intricate process
yeah, yeah,
that you if you want to put it into uh what is the best word, a spiritual perspective, right?
yeah.
Think about how much God loves you,
Mm,
right? That he has set you in his time, provided you with free will,
yeah,
and gave
yeah.
you every ability that you need to be whatever it is he wants you to be,
Yep. Yep.
right? But the problem is that we're so egotistical that we
Hmm.
take time for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
That
That's exactly what it
taking
is.
taking time for granted is probably the most egotistical,
Yeah.
immature thought that
Yeah.
you could ever have,
Hmm.
right? And you know what I hate too? Let me just do a little. It's about to get me tight. You know what I hate too is when people they take time for granted,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But they blame others,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Especially in relationships,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? If I didn't utilize my time
Hmm.
effectively as, let's say, your husband,
Yeah.
right? We're married,
Hmm.
and I decide that doing things outside of our marriage is more important than spending time with you. Let's even
Mm.
go into
Yeah.
dating field, right?
Yeah.
Think about what type of mind frame you have to say that what I'm choosing to do outside of you is more important than you,
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
spending time with you. So, time invested in your family, there's nothing that overrides that.
Let's call that time well spent.
Time well spent.
Yes,
I
sir.
that
Can end
that's
it on that
actually
right there. That's how
that's
you
a
that's how you end it right
that's
there.
perfect.
Time
Time
well
with your
spent.
family.
Time well spent.
Time well. And let me ask you this, right? Do you think that when people spend too much time with their family,
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I mumbled it. You spend too much time with your family,
Mm-hmm.
and they go, I just need a little break from the family, right? What type? How do you explain why that's such a negative thought process?
I mean, that would take a whole nother podcast to explain,
Just
but
do a quick
in
one, little quick one.
in the quick words, time is valuable. The time you spend with your kids, you're not always gonna be able to get it back. I understand you want some time, like to go to the gym or something,
Yeah,
but don't take those times for granted. Like, I'll be with the kids again. I mean, as a married couple, I think it's okay to spend some time away from the kids.
yeah,
Do some yard tour time.
yeah. That's dope.
Know what I mean?
But that's
But
still
as far
family time. That's still in the
yeah, it's
context of
still family
family.
time. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to put them. You don't want to put them on the spot. All right, we just we just gonna leave it at that. All right, just spend time with your family because
Yeah, man. Remember, it's time well spent, man.
it's time well spent, and it's a great investment.
Very
And
great.
and at the end of the day, you have to consider this: people make time for what they want to do.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
if they don't spend time with you, understand what they're saying.
Mm,
But we gonna
mm.
we gonna leave it
Simple
at
as
that.
that. Simple as that.
So you got something for the people?
Once again, through life in general, there's going to be ups and downs. You might want to find your purpose. You struggling with who you are, where you want to be. But through all of that, the greatest help is keeping God before anything.
Mm. Now you know
Mm-hmm.
we have free will.
Yep.
You have the ability to make the right decision every single time.
Yep.
No time, pun intended. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Time again. You get,
Mm.
but
Mm.
no pun intended. But you really do have the ability to make the right decision every single day,
Yeah.
every single moment.
Yeah.
Use your free will effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you're never going to be perfect. No one's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay. But you do have the ability to always make the right decision. And if you
Mm.
do that, at least at a minimum, you'll be excellent.
Facts. Oh yeah, we will eventually be on Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna let y'all know when we do that so that we can have real interactions with y'all, ask questions, things like that. We talk about the
Yeah.
episode or whatever.
I like that. We're definitely gonna do Clubhouse. Hopefully, y'all log on and y'all support.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll probably do a lot of relationship stuff in there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably gonna be our relationship
Facts.
format because
Yeah.
I feel like we got good information.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
We've been cheaters, we've been liars,
Yeah, yeah.
we're
Facts.
husbands, we're
Facts.
fathers,
Facts.
and more importantly, you have to understand, we love God before it all.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a
Period.
fact.
So, hopefully y'all log in, and we want to thank y'all for supporting us. It
Hey
means
man,
a lot.
you already
You know what I'm
know.
saying? Oh, what kind of hat is it? Put that down. That joint
Lakers,
is,
boy.
that joint is trash. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll holla later.